Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm actually a little nervous about because I don't really love to talk about myself. It makes me pretty nervous, but a Q&A video is long overdue. I haven't done one in I think a year, so it's definitely time to do it again. And I asked you guys over on Instagram to send me your questions, so I have them in my phone, and I'm actually gonna do my makeup at the same time, so you're not just watching me talk, you're watching me do something, I guess. I don't know, hopefully that makes it a little bit more interesting. So I screenshotted the questions, so we have a decent amount of questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm actually gonna do my routine a little bit different. You guys know I always start with my face but I'm gonna start with my eyes today. But anyway, okay, so the first question: how did you get the confidence to just rock your natural 4C hair like that? I love the look, but I can't do it. Honestly, this is a super hard question to answer. It's kind of one of those things where it has to start within you. You have to decide one day that you love your hair, and then nobody can tell you anything after that, in a sense that even if someone else doesn't like your hair, you still love it, so what they say don't matter. It comes with time, and it comes with appreciating your hair for how it grows out of your scalp as opposed to how somebody else's hair grows out of their scalp. Loving your hair for what it is as opposed to not liking it because of what it ain't. You have to go with what you got and learn to love and appreciate that in and of itself. Your hair is unique to you and it's beautiful. It takes time. Ultimately, it takes time, because when I first cut my hair, it was so short and it really didn't have any definition. 4 to 6 months after I cut my hair, I loved it. It just took time. These things on my shirt are bothering the crap out of me. You know, like when you hang your shirt up for a long time and then you wear it and then like you got these hanger marks. So I'll be right back because I'm about to go iron those spots because that is bothering me. Okay, now I feel much better. Now let's move on. Next question. Actually, I'm gonna stop playing with y'all. The main question that everybody wanted to know was, are you dating? Are you single? And many versions of that same question. Like, I swear I probably got that same question 10 times, which makes sense because I never talk about that. So I understand why, but I never talk about it because there's legit nothing to talk about. I have been single for a very long time. I have been single for about 6 years. The reason why I say about 6 years is because a very quick relationship at the beginning of 2020 that lasted about a month. So I don't even count that, and it was not a good relationship, and it's not intentional. Like, it's not in a sense that I want to be single. I want to be in a relationship, in a healthy relationship, in a good relationship, like somebody I want to spend the rest of my life with. That is what I would want. So it's not intentional. It's just, it honestly never works out. In the past, it's either they don't have any motivation to be better or just mature. It's maturity a lot in that sense, or they're just not a good person, period. Like, they lie, cheat, etc. There are other things, but I'm just saying, like, the main things that would normally happen, the reason why. I feel like I'm wanting to answer the questions over actually doing my makeup. But yeah, so I am single. I'm not dating anyone, but I have been on dates. I'm just not dating anyone in a sense of in a relationship, but I have been on dates. I haven't been on a date with everything that's going on in the world. And I guess another question kind of on the same lines, I'm gonna go ahead and hit all the dating questions. Do you get lonely being single? Absolutely. It's not a fun thing to be single for so long, but you get used to it, to be honest. Like, one of those things that, man, I wish I could just with my boyfriend go out of town or something like that, or just someone to watch TV with as opposed to watching TV by myself. So yeah, most definitely it will happen in due time. There's a reason why I've been in a lot of relationships. Yeah, I bleeped that out. There's no other way to describe that, to be honest. Okay, so next question is gonna be like a fun version of like the dating. So the next question is, who is your celebrity crush? So I feel like the #1 person that comes to my head I will be judged for, because he's not a good person. I don't know. It's possible that the media paints him in a different way, but he is so cute to me. He is so cute to me, which is just a mess. But anyway, if you don't watch football, then you won't know who this person is. Maybe you do because he's friends with Drake. It's not Drake. Odell Beckham Jr. Like, I've tried to let him go a few times. Like, I've tried to break it off with him a few times in my head, but it just like, it doesn't work. Like, but okay, other than him, there's a lot of like cute people in the industry, but that's ultimately who comes to my head first. But you know, like Idris Elba, what's his name, Trevante, who else? Oh, Bradley Cooper. Anyway, that's enough of that. But ultimately, Odell Beckham. Okay, I'm probably gonna look back at this video in some years and be like, really, Taylor, really? Because I'm already thinking bad about it right now. Like, he's just not good. So this is a fun one. It says, how do you stay motivated to work out? I was not motivated at all when I was working out like at a gym, because whenever I was doing the workout and it started hurting, I would stop and move on to something else. So it was hard for me to continue to motivate myself to do what I was doing. What helped me was finding something that was fun, and that fun thing being a class, so that it feels like somebody is waiting on me, even though they're gonna move on even if I don't show up. But in my head, it's like, oh, I have to be there at this specific time. That's why I do cycling classes, like spin classes, if you guys have seen that before. I love to do that. It's almost like you have to find something that you really enjoy, and then it doesn't feel so much like a chore. And once you start to see those results, it almost like motivates you to keep those results. That's kind of how I stay motivated. But there are times when I don't really want to work out, but usually the feeling is temporary. Once you get used to it, go even when you don't want to go, and eventually you'll want to go. If that makes any sense. Okay, the next question is, I remember how excited you were about moving to your own place. How is it going so far? It's going really great. Thank you so much for asking. I love living on my own. One of the best things I could have done, to be honest. I'm sure most of you guys know I am an only child, so I like my own space. So it was the best thing that I could have done, and I enjoy decorating my apartment too. I told you guys on my Instagram, I might have told you guys too on a vlog, but I plan to do a fully furnished apartment tour in the summer. A few more things to get, but ultimately we should be who is we? I should be ready by summer 2021. That was another question that I got, and they said, what's the first thing you're gonna do when the panoramic is over? Travel for sure, which I'm actually thinking about traveling soon than later, because I just want to get out. I want to feel like some sand in my toes and like hear the ocean rushing, and I just need a break. I feel like I've been working on this eyeshadow for the longest. Okay, so this next question said, if you weren't an influencer, what other career would you do? Which is a really good question, because it has changed a few times, but I wouldn't mind working within what my degree is for, which is marketing. So like maybe working at a corporation in the marketing department. But when I had an internship and I worked in marketing, it wasn't really that fun. I don't know if it was just the company. I wouldn't mind being an editor for a movie, working on the team that edits down the movie, all the cuts and transitions and all that within the movie. I would love to work on the team to edit like major movies. That's actually the #1 thing I would like to do. I don't know how you get into that industry, but that would be something that I would like to do. First starting out, being able to work on under someone that is extremely talented at that, so that I can learn. I would love to learn more about editing, like from someone that does it for a living, because I just find it interesting. And another thing I think would be fun is like working on a set, a photo shoot set or something like that, like do something in that nature. It's pieces of what I do as an influencer is what I would want to do if I wasn't an influencer, basically. Okay, so the next question I feel like I should have answered when I was talking about my apartment, but it was, any tips for moving out alone? Absolutely. I would say get a security system. If you have an iPhone, or I'm sure they probably have an app or something like this that you can do on like an Android phone or something like that, Samsung, whatever the case. Share your location with somebody so they know where you are, or if something happens or wherever the case. Try not to leave your apartment if you can at night. The main time period that someone can try to take advantage of the fact that you live alone when you're locking up or whatever the case and go into your car and all that in the middle of the night. And just be cautious. Always be aware of what's going on. But there's only so much you can do. Like, if somebody gonna be crazy, they're gonna be crazy. But just be careful, basically. Oh, and lock your doors at night. Some people do not lock their doors. Like their front door. Some people don't lock their front door. I don't get it. Okay, someone said, you seem very soft-spoken. I'm working towards this. How do you keep calm in stressful situations? That's a pretty good question. Because honestly, I do think I stay calm in situations. Over time, you learn the more energy that you put towards something that is stressing you out, the more it will stress you out. So I try to look at the facts of the situation and try not to overreact so soon. Now, there are some things I can't help. I'm gonna be worked up and all that, but for the most part I do try to remain calm in things and assess the situation and then figure out how I'm gonna react to that. But thank you, by the way, I appreciate that. Okay, this next question is, what type of child were you? Heard you say you got your tattoo without your parents knowing. I definitely did. Okay, I will say that it was never a conversation. I'm giving myself an excuse. It was never a conversation. It wasn't like I sat my parents down and asked them, could I get a tattoo? No, I just knew the answer. Like, it was never even like, what would y'all say if I got a tattoo? No, I never even brought it. I never brought up the idea. But okay, what kind of child was I? I probably did a little bit more than I should have done. I will give it that. I broke rules more than I should have broken. But when you're growing up, middle school, high school, whatever, you just don't think about that. I don't know. You don't think about, I shouldn't be making these bad decisions, but you know. But ultimately, I do think I was a pretty good kid. I just broke some rules. I wasn't like a terror as a kid, okay? Oh, look, this is a question that's actually convenient for this next step. It says, what's the best liner that you have used? So how I deem an eyeliner is really good is the smoothness of it and the pigmentation, and it doesn't fade throughout the day. And the Colourpop Creme gel liners are really, really nice. I put them on and they stay, but my eyes don't get watery, so I really have a low criteria for eyeliners. But I love these because they come in so many different colors, and even the black and the brown, like the traditional colors, are really good as well. But yeah, these are my favorite. I pretty much use these every time I want to use eyeliner unless I'm trying something new. I'm just gonna use this greenish one. All the makeup products, by the way, that I use in this video will be down in the description box, just so you guys know, because I just realized I haven't said any product that I've used. Okay, so I got a few questions on like recommendations for someone that's starting out on YouTube, whether that's cameras, lighting, or just tips on starting. As far as equipment, Google is your best friend. I learned everything that I have from Googling it. Like, no one told me it. No one really knows your situation, whether that's a financial situation or whether that's just the area that you have to work with. So I would say definitely use Google to your advantage and figure out what camera, and read the reviews on that from people that are photographers and use it on a daily. I am self-taught. I really can't recommend anything when it comes to that. So I'm just going with the flow on how it goes. And I don't necessarily think anything that I'm using is like the best situation. It just has worked for me. So as far as equipment, that's kind of like my thing on that. If you wanted to know, I use a Canon 5D Mark IV, and lights, I just got lights from Amazon. I was first using natural light, which is definitely a way to go, but I hate having to depend on the sun on when I can film, because it is not sunny every day here. Now, advice for actually starting a channel and how do you grow it and all of that. Consistency is the most important. Whatever it is you want to talk about on your social media, be consistent and be competitive with yourself. So competitive with yourself, meaning do something different than you did the month before. Oh, last time I did it with this setting on my lights or whatever. Now let me do it in a different setting and see if I can make that photo better than the last time. So being competitive with yourself will take you a longer way than comparing yourself to somebody else on social media. Compare yourself to yourself and be consistent with creating content. So meaning post on a regular schedule. Okay, this next question, I was trying to decide on whether or not I was gonna answer this, but I'm gonna answer this to the best of my ability. It says, how do you feel about friendship breakups, and do you have a reliable group of friends? And the reason why I didn't really want to answer this question is because I don't want to offend anyone. How do I feel about friendship breakups? You have to decide what's healthy for you in your life. So if that means cutting someone off or stop being as close to someone as you used to be, so be it. I think I've learned that I'm not really that broken up about it. I think it does have to do with the fact that I am my only child. You grow up by yourself, so it kind of is like, you know, your space is number one. So if someone is hindering that, then it's okay to just let them go. Okay, and then someone said, what is your hair type? I have 4C hair. We're gonna move on to skin. Finally, I feel like I've been doing my eyes for most of this video. This video is gonna be long, okay? I'm telling you that, like, halfway through the video that's gonna be long. Okay, and then someone else said, what is your hair length and how old is your hair? I've been natural since summer 2015, I believe. My hair is 6 years old. Well, actually, I guess not yet 6 years old. It'll be 6 years old in the summer. But if I can find a photo, I can show you guys what my hair looked like right when I went natural. And then how long my hair is, about like right here, I would say. I guess I can pull down a piece. So here's the length of my hair. Oh, that's a little longer than I thought, but that's the length of my hair. I actually just got a trim recently. So the next question is like body care routine, which I thought was an interesting question. I put on lotion every time I get out the shower. Some of my favorite lotions or body creams. My number one favorite is Josie Maran whipped argan oil body butter. Love that lotion, body butter, whatever the case. It's very hydrating. It sinks into the skin, but it makes you look shiny too, but it doesn't make you look greasy. It doesn't make you feel greasy either. It's just a really beautiful lotion. But I also really like the e.l.f. CBD body cream. I think that's what it's called. It doesn't smell that great, but it's really nice on hydrating the skin. And then I love to exfoliate, and my favorite exfoliator it's two that I like, neck and neck. And then the Frank Body coffee scrub. It is beautiful, okay? It smells so good, and it makes your skin feel like butter. You just put it on, you exfoliate or whatever, and then you leave it on for 3 minutes, and then you rinse it off. It will make your whole shower look a hot mess because it's like coffee everywhere. Spend time rinsing it all out, but it is so nice. I actually really like the Frank Body lotion too. They just recently came out with that, maybe like towards the end of last year or something like that. It's like a cocoa coffee smelling lotion. It's really good. I really like that one as well. Okay, so the next question is, do I have a job in addition to being a content creator? And no, I do this full-time. This is my full-time job. Okay, so this next question is, what do you want to accomplish in 1 year as a YouTube influencer? Growth, consistency within me. I feel like I fell off on YouTube. Like I started to not enjoy it as much, to be honest, which is very sad. I've actually been doing YouTube for 6 years as well. And you know, there's nothing wrong with falling out of love and of something. I feel like I'm still in that rut when it comes to YouTube. Not how I used to feel about it, which I can't believe I'm even saying this right now on camera, but I feel like it's starting to get better mentally. But for a while, I'm sure you guys noticed I was not posting that much, which who knows what happens a week from now. It might be the same situation, but I feel like in this current frame of mind, I feel like I'm getting back to enjoying it because I really do want to be more consistent, like as consistent as I used to be. Like I remember I used to post 3 times a week. I don't think I'm gonna get back to that because I don't know if I really want to post that much, but I do definitely want to post twice a week, so hopefully that can happen. Okay, and then I got a lot of questions about where do I see myself in 5 years, where do I see myself in 10 years. 5 years I'll be 28. So 28, I guess at 28 I will hope to have a house. I hope to have met my husband, traveling, more of what I'm doing now in my career, like advanced versions of now. And I guess in 10 years I'll be 33. In 10 years I would, like Nicki Minaj said, I'd like to be taking my daughter to preschool. She said that in a song. Anyway, yeah, hopefully have kids by then, at least one. I did also get a question on how many kids would I want. 3 at least. I'm down to have more than that, but at least 3. And then as far as career wise, in 10 years, more of what I'm doing now. Having a business, I would like to have a business by then too, which to me is just more, you know, more of what I'm doing. All of it falls under that category. I'm talking so vague because I really don't know, but like more of what I'm doing, a business, going to fashion shows, being on the front row, going to red carpet events, maybe even in a movie or 2, acting, who knows. Someone also asked, do I plan to leave my hometown? Absolutely. Give me 1 or 2 years and I'll be out of here. And where would I go? I'm adding that part. Where would I go? I do not know. It's like I can't decide. Where do you guys think I should move to? That's a good question. When I do move, where do you think I should go? Okay, for lips, we're gonna do something nude. So that is the, oh wait, no, I need mascara. Oh, I have a meeting in 1 minute. All right, you guys, that is the end of this Q&A, chit chat, get ready with me kind of video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was definitely overdue. Haven't done a Q&A in a long time. So make sure that you guys subscribe and thumbs up this video. It really helps out my channel. And I promise I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.